I'm sure, guys, you want to hear my hot takes. Oh, you don't know who I am? I'm YouTube CEO. Thank you guys for asking. And I don't actually operate on Twitter like the YouTube CEO you know and love, apparently. And I don't measure peepees. I know 2 million subscribers, 20 million. Oh, big peepee. Hmm. Oh, what's that? MrBeast is being attacked on Twitter? Tell me something new. Twitter decides to attack people and gets viral, gets away with that. Uh, you know that Twitter is a shithole? So right now, this is the third time I see an influencer speak about this. I've seen it in a TikTok, maybe even fourth time. And now it triggers me and just sucks me in. It's like, oh, you want to talk about this? Yeah. I'll talk about this. So, first things first, MrBeast is way better than you. Most of you. He's probably even slightly better than me, which is... What? Dude, you're fast. You're fast, bro. He's younger and has a way better grasp on reality because he has to, he has to take care of a lot of things. That's what I'm saying better, alright? Higher consciousness. So he's on fire. I don't know. I don't know how to keep up with this guy. But trying to tear him down is not gonna work. There is one mistake he made with the curing blindness thing. Something that I can catch him for. The human element is missing, right? It feels like it's purely for content because he doesn't actually monitor whether people's lives have improved significantly after their blindness got cured. But you must appreciate it was never the point. This was never the point. This is literally not even an idea that's floating around, and governments are not even helping out. These people might be stuck forever in blindness form, and it's like, it should hurt you. You must understand there's one thing you have to understand. I'm pretty much one of those people, right? I'm pretty much crippled and unable to move fast enough without funding, without money. Alright, I cannot just focus and dedicate myself. I cannot make small investments, buy certain things I want. I have to double think before I do that. So I'm crippled. I'm poor. I call myself homeless on the internet. Pretty much. I'm lucky enough to be able to actually make videos and do something. And if I don't make it through, I might disappear at some point. So, of course there's gonna be haters. I don't think there's as many haters as you would imagine. They're just people who pressed deal or no deal button and they say deal after saying, if you say hateful shit too early, you're gonna get cancelled. We just don't have the cancel button for strangers and losers. It feels like a legit nonsense to have one, but we'll need to have one. As YouTube CEO, you know what I know at this point. Also, I need to raise consciousness so MrBeast doesn't pee on my face at some point. I have to be just slightly higher than the ego of his penis at this point. I think I can do that. I think I can survive. In the competition, the only thing that matters is who gets peed on the face. Honestly. And yes, being older than MrBeast, you would think, oh, it's impossible for me to win. Yeah, because I was crippled the whole fucking time. Of course. I don't even know if it's possible for me, because, it's such a disadvantage. But I really don't want to stay in the shadows. I really don't want to see the world just stuck in the same format, basically. It's like, oh, you're born in the shadows, you stay in the shadows, and there's nothing you can do. Fuck yeah, bro. And this is still luck, you know. There's still plenty of blind people. But the fact that 50% of blindness is curable kind of gives me hope that everything is curable. I mean, this is crazy. The idea level, on the idea level, this is insane. This is something I would never think about myself. And it just proves, yeah, the governments would have not thought about it either. MrBeast is doing fucking God's work at the moment, once we catch up to him, if we can. It's a scary thought that we might not be able to. And then he can get scared and angry and upset. Still not at MrBeast, at the rest of humanity for being a bunch of losers. The first thing you have to do is understand one particular thing. Are you allowed to criticize MrBeast? Are you allowed? Is that something you can do? Do you really feel superior? Alright? You overwatch every single move he makes. You watch all of his content. And claim that you made better content on YouTube. So you know how to improve content. You know, I wouldn't want a bunch of strangers criticizing me for what kind of food I make, if I'm the greatest chef of all time, and just a bunch of fucking dudes come in and just like, oh, I don't like the food. Go to hell. I'm not gonna sell food to you, alright? Even if I'm the only one who likes my own food, I'll still call myself the greatest chef, because I like it. I like my food. And in fact, that's what's going on right now with my clicker thing. I'm the only one who likes it. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. I know where it's going. I know how powerful it is. Alright? And the moment people actually like it, for various reasons, you're gonna have to suck my dick for that one. Because I like my dick so much, it's already busy 90% of the time. I am sucking it myself. You're not gonna get to suck that dick that easily, you know? So yeah, and I'm sure people are gonna get triggered and figure out a way to criticize me if I start to catch some fire. But you must understand, what options do you have to compete against MrBeast? That is the only feeling that most people have, is like, I need someone to outcompete this guy, to give us hope that we can even push even forward than MrBeast. Of course we can do that. Of course. I'm scared to say this. It's a crazy declaration, you know. But there's always a way. There's always that sneaky way. MrBeast can control the entirety of YouTube. I can control YouTube. How about that? There's always that one step closer. And you must understand, YouTube is just a random platform that blew up. It sustained the blows, but honestly, is full of holes and garbage that could be improved. AI could probably, in 10 years, AI could be like, oh, I know how to make YouTube. And it will do it for us. And we will cry. We will cry. We will feel like our blindness got cured after AI does a better job than most programmers. Yeah, I'm scared. I don't know where the future is going, but this is a good look into it. And because a lot of people got triggered, I will trigger myself. All right, trigger my battle cry. So I'm gonna watch the rest of the video. This is a Tozy. But yeah, I've seen 2 more people refer to this hatred, you know. I mean, it's kind of satisfying that people cannot control themselves, because it's gonna be very satisfying to see them fall. I'm not gonna keep them on YouTube. The moment I have any sort of power, you're banned. You're just banned. and I have to ban them properly and respectfully, and hopefully it works out. That way I keep growing, because I keep showing people some kind of word to describe myself. I don't. Well, we'll invent one. I know there is a word. Integrity? What does integrity mean? Yeah, integrity. You have a strong foundation, and I'm able to be honest. And the fact that MrBeast is on top of the world and still can make comments like these, I mean, come on, bro. And still can make content like that, still then haven't lost his soul. If you look back to PewDiePie, like, he's kind of cringe. But that was the consciousness of that era, basically. Alright, PewDiePie fell apart eventually. Alright, he got sucked into Japan, and Japan isn't gonna listen to fucking cringe anymore. Alright? You better go play some of those arcade machines and shut the fuck up with your memes. That's what happened. I don't know, man. Same could happen to MrBeast, but we can't just pretend that this pattern is free. That we don't have to put effort into making sure the pattern actually repeats and MrBeast gets replaced. Is the best we can do, alright? Good people can only be outcompeted. I'm sorry, bro. And you're not gonna weaken. You can be a noble sacrifice. So MrBeast has to attack into you and not someone else, and we have to pray for these people. Congratulations. You've been a noble sacrifice. You have done something that, people kind of felt within. I watched the video. I felt like, man, I want to tear apart MrBeast. Because this is awkward. This should go into philanthropy, and not the actual MrBeast video. It's just completely a different tone. Heal it. Curing blindness? What? Come on, bro. Do that somewhere else. This is Uggy. Uggy icky. But come on, at the same time, you sit back and actually take a few breaths and like, I understand. But people cannot do that most of the time. I mean, they don't have time for thinking. Come on, bro. But the biggest problem is, like, most people can actually benefit from just the resources that MrBeast is willing to give up. And I'm one of those people. Right? So just be patient. Just be nice. Maybe you're gonna reach out to him somehow. It's the weirdest thing. And it's the hardest thing to do, to reach out an influencer. Holy crap. But you must understand now, a lot of people are starting to copy MrBeast. A lot of people are actually understanding the value of doing this sort of kindness stuff. Some of it fails miserably. Some of this kindness stuff. But if you don't invest too much, if you're not going crazy with it, if you strategize a little bit more, and if you just appreciate the awareness alone of failures and successes of this kind of new sort of behavior on the internet that is, gonna fill in the blanks that I'm missing here. Because this stuff is useful. The internet is supposed to be about bringing awareness to people. But also for me, I want ignorance to be destroyed. Alright, there's still a lot of ignorance in the world. And a lot of people just kind of, because internet exists, they crawled into their comfort zones. And they just stay there. They don't want to talk, they don't want to interact with people, they don't want to even touch grass. It is disgusting what is happening to most people. Again, you can look at me and be like, oh, he doesn't want to find a girlfriend. Or most of the things that people pressure you to do are actually quite bullshit. It is scary too, because like, if you don't do that, we can punish you essentially, or we can call you weird, and that actually can have repercussions and all that stuff. So that it is pretty scary, but like, I have time until they catch everyone else, but not me, because I at least know how to speak and probably get out of a icky situation like that. So let me watch the video. Here, that's my hot take. In short, MrBeast is the best, and I'm barely keeping up, you know. But I will. You know, another feeling that I appreciate is like, with that noble sacrifice, is like, yes, you're not supposed to praise influencers, especially if they're almighty and powerful. But if they do something like decent, like, you can't really hate that either. You gotta be a little bit more patient than that. It's like doing the opposite. Like, MrBeast actually makes probably the most meaningful and valuable video, and then the monsters come out and hunt him down. I mean, it makes some sense, but it's like, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get mocked for the rest of your lives for being a MrBeast hater on a particular video that he made. Like, this is a suicidal behavior. This is what I observe as a suicidal behavior. This is really bad. Alright. I know it's a noble sacrifice, but we're also talking about Twitter. Alright? Anything that happens on Twitter is not worth my respect. Prove me otherwise, but it's like, it's unusable place. I literally cannot use it for anything. Anything. Every time I try to use Twitter, it just surprises me how broken and stupid it is. And it has nothing to do with Elon Musk, because Twitter didn't really change that much. Alright? It's so hilarious. And somehow Americans are using this platform. I don't know how brain dead you have to be to actually find value here, but like, for fuck's sake, man. I do not trust Twitter to feed me good information about anything anymore. I just gave up on this nonsense place. I don't know how it works, but it doesn't. That's the real blindness that people have to be cured from. And this is quite a meme. At this point, curing blindness is the greatest meme of all time. And I still will not attack people who have blown this up into the higher consciousness level, where even these people have to actually reply. But then I have to reply. Alright? If enough people reply, I reply. People have reached me, which is kind of scary, but it's probably because the meme is so good. The curing blindness, the destruction of ignorance, man, I'll buy that. I'll buy that meme as a YouTube CEO. I love it. Put it in my mouth. Alright? So let's continue and see if we can find more insights like these. You know, the idea that governments are not helpful enough anymore. But, you know, governments are archaic nonsense. It's like looking back into dark ages. They don't really exist. They just exist there to intimidate people. And just by saying that, I'm kind of getting in trouble, because, like, you know, government not want shush about that. You don't say that. Come on, I'm not that popular. I will shush when I'll get popular, right? Now I'm poor. I deserve to say whatever I want. So, yeah, I understand this. I have limitations. The moment I have 10K and 10K subscribers, $10K, 10K subscribers, I gotta shut the fuck up. I gotta not do crazy things. potentially what MrBeast is doing is slightly crazy in terms of how good it is, obviously, but maybe it's a little bit too good. Maybe he's a little bit too aware, and he's stepped a little bit too far, you know. Because potentially when you do too much good, there's something bad is about to happen, you know. I'm not exactly sure how to describe this, because, yeah, but usually, like, if you do too much good, it's some kind of self-sacrifice. You did something that made you weaker, and so potentially another case is not just a noble sacrifice, it's a noble sacrifice for either cause, either for evil or good. Where you're hating on MrBeast publicly, your tweets blows up. It's such a weird thing, like, even trying to define what internet is doing, and for what kind of cause, it's just purely impossible. So what you have to do is just take whatever is valuable to you and just go with it. It's kind of disturbing, but I got no better advice than that. Like, clearly, MrBeast is one of those people who seemingly is a little bit too good to be true, but when we copy him, we start to understand there's like a flaw, right? Because he gets something in return. He gets to be the biggest on the platform. He gets to be in everyone's awareness, and it's quite an expensive thing to have. You know, whatever makes him feel good, it's still a boost of ego. It's kind of Andrew Tate, you know, personality-wise, appearance of his wishes and dreams to make me feel good. Oh, but claim status at the same time, right? So, yeah, he does have a particular personality, but besides that, like, I don't see a problem at the moment. You can literally attack any other content but this. And so, on the base level, despite opening all these gates into weird things, on the base level, this makes absolutely no sense to try and attack this. If you have any respect for MrBeast and you understand his work, like, this is nonsensical. So, that is my take, but let's see if there's more to say. I'm probably gonna keep the video short. I don't need to overextend. I'm just gonna react real quick. Here's a funny story. So if you follow me, I constantly refer to this meltdown that happened with my classmates. All my classmates just kind of split up, and most of them left at various points. They wanted to come together, like meet each other, but I guess they did. I guess they just did, and I just blew it up a little bit. And the current state right now, two dudes just left after I said some crazy stuff about serial killer shit. Being called a serial killer, I would have never done it to myself, but that really ticked off these people. I mean, I don't know if they can recover fast enough. And we're probably gonna celebrate a wedding, because there's a woman and a man. They kind of know each other very well too, and probably have defended each other. And maybe have secretly gossiped behind the scenes. And the funny thing I can do is I can make them go married. Just walk down the aisle, my friends. It's the funniest thing. Even small things like that are available on Facebook and stuff, like, you can't make this up. This is awesome. Anyways, there's no real point. I'm just like, wow. I could say the point, like, in social media, it's like, every little thing you do matters. So here's the discussion of some kind where, wait, are you literally just mad he isn't doing politics? And that is a very good comment, because people feel very bad about politics. All right? And when you really think about it, there's no real reason to actually care about politics too much. It's like if someone stepped a little bit too far, it's very easy to understand because they started caring about politics too, and that's just not something. It's a territory you don't want to go as an influencer, because then people will try and tear you apart essentially, and it's not going to be a pleasant time anymore. Like there's going to be too much noise essentially, and people are going to be distracted of fighting with each other. That's what happens when you touch politics. What I can touch, though, even myself, I will not say I'm immune to this. What I can touch, however, is that maybe you should make a choice that you're on the left or on the right. It kind of happens natural in a way. If you're too popular and too resourceful, you go to the left to make yourself feel good or whatever, to project the happiness and strength in a way. And if you don't like the way things work at the moment, you go to the right. If you want a lot of changes in the world, if you have a lot of concerns, if you think a lot of people are corrupted by something, you can start investigating on the right. Like left and right are actually doing some kind of work of some kind. So I cannot break it down, but that is the idea. But the choice has to happen naturally. All right, you cannot just snap your fingers and lean on a certain political party. It should be our goal to actually explore both, if possible, and potentially, because I'm becoming resourceful, I'm detaching from this right ideology. I feel like there's actually not that many things I would want to change. I want to improve, of course, and I'm still like pushing back, because like I don't know if I'm gonna be knocked out of the middle ground where I don't really get to choose. I get to make up my own rules. Left and right does not actually define me, because I'm way bigger than that. I understand both sides, and I can improve. And that is a very satisfying and transcendental thing, where you don't actually get to touch politics anymore. You know, you just walk through it like it's a pile of embers. You just walk through it. You don't have fear. It's like, well, that's fine. And this guy's talking about prison, and is like, yes, you can project better ideas into the world, but you must understand that, first of all, MrBeast is not old enough to dibble and dabble into politics, as some influencers think they can actually ask people to vote without consequences. That's a scary thought. Maybe when we were low consciousness, but now, I don't know, bro. Asking people to vote is cringe. Asking people to wear a mask is cringe. Asking people to take a vaccine for the team is cringe. All right. Most people don't want that, regardless of what the consequences are, and we clearly see there's not that many consequences, unfortunately. Whether people do this or not properly, even, you know. And most of it is fucking bullshit, but I'm not allowed to say that without getting destroyed. So I didn't said that, but I kind of said it. Yeah, so, yeah, I appreciate both sides. I don't want to get deep into political side of any kind. You have to do that balancing act, or the moment people will feel like you're leaning on something, you're falling. You're falling, that means. And now they can rip you apart. In a way, like MrBeast will have to grow into politics too. And he is touching somewhat sensitive topics. That's fine.
Criticize it a little bit together, and then we move on with our day, because hey, life is too short to be serious all the time.
Yeah, your career is too short if you can't be serious. You just shorten your career by 10%. You gotta be serious, unfortunately. Or at least acknowledge that he is being serious the whole time, and now he's like, oh, I don't really... please don't leave comments in the comments section. That would be weird. What is he doing? It's like, what? Yeah, I get it. You have this child background. Is the only not serious part about this. Like, what? Where did that come from? Did he just fart it? I hope he just farted. It's literally the end of the video, and the whole thing was, like, very serious. What the fuck? Oh, it's not... I'm not being serious. I'm just making content. You know, don't... Well, every single influencer out there is kind of in a similar spot. Like, oh, I cannot actually handle, like, hate comments and drama, so please don't do that. Please, guys, don't do that. Don't be higher consciousness just for now, okay? I will leave when you're very upset and you want to express yourselves, but, like, please, I want to be relevant. Yeah, this smells like a fart. I did found something really bad about MrBeast. Not only he is young, but he doesn't have a lot of content generated. I pretty much watched all of the MrBeast content, like all of it. And that shouldn't be something that a human being should be able to say. I can't possibly watch all of PewDiePie's content. But the biggest YouTuber on the platform at the moment is 100% figured out. Every single move he made, pretty much. Yeah, like, I didn't go back in time 10 years when he, like, first started. Like, it makes no sense to me to do that. I checked it out, but... And, well, there's still snippets I could watch, maybe for an hour. But I literally made, Selena versus The Boys. And, MrBeast was one of those people who had to throw content into hell itself, and got completely destroyed. Fascinating. So I'm not too scared at the moment. Until, well, MrBeast did appear in a lot of podcasts, and now I'm collecting that as well, and I'll watch it. I can react to that. If I want to extend this video, I could just react to one of his podcasts. I have it right here. Playlist you should check out. It only has 17 views, so still fresh. Alright. And again, I watched most of this stuff. Except, like, very, very long podcasts. Where it could go horribly wrong, essentially, so... It's not too exciting to actually watch those. Like, if you get too deep into a person's mindset... So, if you put them in the wrong environment, like, bad things are gonna happen. And you don't want to see that, to even be aware of that, because, like, it's very personal. It's like watching porn in a way. But it's a secret type of, porn that potentially is gonna be treated as such in the future, once we are aware of what's going on. That's how I feel. I mean, I can sense the future, and I don't know what to do about it, though. besides wait and be better as a human being and try to survive. That's my biggest goal, is try to survive. That's fascinating, right? It's a hard one. But, yeah, so I have a grudge on MrBeast, of course. He's not trying to survive. He has everything he could possibly want, except he's now playing the game of YouTube. He doesn't have to actually take things seriously anymore. So potentially he is stepping into like weird grounds where he cares a little bit too much. But like you have everything, so like what is the goal here? I think that is the biggest criticism you can throw. Because that's the criticism you can throw at Mr. Tate. Like, what the hell does he want? And he actually says, like, I want more power. And that is a cringe thing to say, because you have to, again, you are a known scammer. Andrew Tate is a known scammer. So he's going to take power from other people the same way he started his scamming career. And it's like, well, now you can start taking power from prison. When you come out of prison, let's see how sucky for power you are, because power really kind of humbles you, I would imagine. Unless you survive that somehow and turn into a super villain, I don't know, bro. But so we could digest one of the podcasts that are not too long, because I don't want to go into a rabbit hole. Yeah, as I've said, like, I don't know if I can watch this, dude. Because the funny thing happened, like, this guy comes in late and it's like, why? And you ask the stupid question, it's like your brain just shuts off, because it's like, it's a very scary thing. I wouldn't sit in a podcast. I just don't have the guts for it, man. Against these fucking muscular people, because that they have wasted their time. And they're gonna do some stupid shit. If stupid shit happens.
Oh, okay.
That was your
So in this case, because I respect MrBeast, unlike Mr. Tate, where I just left the podcast, I'll just rely on MrBeast to carry the vibes, because I can't. I mean, I left immediately after this guy came back from the toilet. Alright? Nah, bro.
I'm just saying the fact that we have the most billionaires, we have the most money. Like there's enough money to fix all these issues in the whole world, and we never do it. Is it just because we?
Money doesn't solve all the problems, unfortunately. Especially like if you move money, like potentially it creates a black hole in your world, and it solves someone else's problems. But now you have new problems. You have to really think about, how to balance things and how to slowly change things. You don't want to make a big-ass change in people's lives either. You want to make a passive change. A slow passive change. So, yeah, you could improve even MrBeast formula. The new formula that succeeded and people very appreciated. But, billionaires are not going to save the world. You can just throw money at people and all of a sudden, wow, everything works again. They have to be able to buy resources. They have to be able to access resources and not fight for them, and not to inflate prices for people who are going to only be able to afford to buy it later, and all that stuff is like... sudden changes create a lot of problems, to be honest, and just giving people money that you have collected sometimes actually not going to do as much impact as you would think. It's probably just an American thing, or mindset. Surprisingly, coming out with that idea and not seeing the flaws with that. I mean, it's pretty ignorant, I'm not gonna lie.
That's your downtime, learning.
Yeah, I love learning.
Yeah. Do you watch other creators and try and get like creative or inspiration off them at this point?
Honestly, I need people to watch. I feel like a lot of it it's just kind of stale, and a lot of people are getting repetitive. Mm-hmm. Like, so I like throwing on your guys' podcast and stuff like that, but No, most of what I watch is like educational, like how America prints money or blah blah blah. It's like stuff like that. It's not entertainment based stuff.
Yay! I have ability to reach MrBeast faster than anyone else on the planet because I'm educational, guys. And an influencer kind of wanna be. See? I'm cool. But the moment MrBeast is hooked is the moment things get really weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Than a world where I help none and they don't help me. You know what I mean? So I love that Eric's crushing it. I hope he is on a trajectory to catch up to me. It's fine because he's going to learn so much along that way. And if he's sharing that information with me, it's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the big reasons why there hasn't been a lot of people like us.
Guys, don't share the deck codes with MrBeast. That's how he's winning all the card games. Oh, he's playing YouTube card games? Poker? Don't share him ideas. No. All right, I will build MrBeast decks. It's my future. I will be enslaved for saying that. But
is they just don't share, and they have this wrong mindset. Like there's infinite amounts of views to go around. Like who the fuck cares? The better he does not make me do worse. If anything, we do better together.
Yeah, but not in terms of views, because eventually it will dry up, and it kind of already did reach that peak level. And at some point, you're stealing views from other people. Even if you guys get away with it, 2 people get away with it, doesn't mean that nobody else suffers from that. That's the unfortunate narcissist mindset that should better not consume MrBeast fast enough. It might still consume him though. But we have to be more patient than just, oh, he cured blind people, that's very evil! A little bit more patient than that.
Dude, I gotta escape.
It's actually beneficial to get cancelled sometimes. For me, because then I can reach celebrities, you know. Look at this wall. What do I do, man? What do I do to reach out? I need to break the wall. So get cancelled, alright? Become controversial. That would be nice. That would get me... That's how I'll buy up celebrities. I'll just make drama about them. Because I'll be able to do it, honestly. I start small and it's like eating fish and growing. And it's disgusting, but gotta be done. Stop smiling. I'll do it though.
Stressed out and you're like, dude, I gotta escape reality or like anything like that.
Probably anime, to be honest.
Yeah?
I like watching anime. It's fun.
It just gets you out of your zone.
What's the best anime shows?
Depends.
Dragon Ball Z.
Have you watched any before?
Dragon Ball Z?
Does Yu-Gi-Oh count as anime back in the day?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's hard to know because it's like, just like older folks would be like, these.
Yu-Gi-Oh is dope.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is fire.
Dragon Ball.
You should watch
Dragon Ball Z is the best.
Yeah, but even...
It's OG.
Yeah.
I had all the god cards in Yu-Gi-Oh.
We all did. Yu-Gi-Oh! My school actually banned
Wait,
We
what
all
card?
did.
Yeah, what cards did you do? Like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or
Yu-Gi-Oh! Until my school banned it because they said it was of the devil.
The devil. Of course, because there's too much text on a card. It's unacceptable, guys. Unacceptable.
Killed him. So how do you stop someone who can kill anyone in the world at any point by writing their name in the book?
Sick.
And so
Death Note, oh my god. Technically, influencers have all this power. They just write the name to their the fanboys. Attack! Army of chubby bunnies. I don't know. Something fluffy and not harmful, because it would be unacceptable if they attacked with weapons, with actual weapons. Because they're nobodies, you know, they just get destroyed, annihilated. If they attack with weapons, I mean, oops. That's a big risk to take. So, yeah. Death Note is, well, something that every influencer kind of has to some extent. Or do they? Or do I have it? Interesting. I'm torn. I'm gonna put it in the torn section.
It's yeah, and so
I remember that.
So you
Yeah.
slept there too?
yeah. On
Did
a
you
bed
sleep
of-
at all or no?
But it was a bed of ice.
Did you sleep?
I don't know. I regret that video. It was painful.
Did it do well?
Yeah, people loved it. People, weirdly enough, people love when I suffer. My most viewed videos
People
before
love
Squid
that.
Game were when I was buried alive,
Yeah.
solitary confinement, like shit like that. They love it.
I remember the buried alive one.
I don't know.
What was up
bro.
with that? Like, how did you think of that? And then how do you know you're safe too? Is there any?
Yeah. People love when MrBeast suffers. Yeah. I don't know if you want to encourage that. To be honest, that's a weird one. Cause I that's the narcissist way I feel it from Taylor Swift as well. It's like, oh, I will do whatever people want me to do. Even suffer, right? Okay, I will suffer too. Because people want me to. They watch my videos then.
If you left a comment, it just doesn't hit the
I
same.
know, right?
Because it just feels like numbers on
Kind
a
of
screen.
sad.
Yeah. So that's
You
kind
let
of
the
the problem.
negative ones get to you so much.
sure.
more.
Exactly. And if you read 1,000 positive comments and then you hand them one negative comment, they're going to forget every single positive comment and only focus on that negative.
Because positive comments are garbage, and negative comments is education. Don't you like education content, MrBeast? What is wrong with you? Obviously, for me, I'll focus on positive comments because negative are all I receive. I mean, come on, bro. So you focus on scarcity, is what I think. And the people want to solve problems, so looking at negativity is very educational for YouTubers. Except it's too late. I'm gonna open the floodgates for negativity, and if you don't like it, well, screw you. You're gonna be flushed.
You can give me the number and I'll call.
Yeah, I
What?
100%. Give us YouTube After Dark. I'm on it.
YouTube After Dark.
That's fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Oh,
18 plus.
I know who can make. You could probably make that call and get it done tomorrow.
I'll give.
You can
Susan
give
a
me the
call.
number and I'll call them.
Okay, I'll give you
Yeah.
Susan's number.
Hello, MrBeast. Yeah, you want After Dark? So it's gonna be light again. Oh, so you're stupid. Alright. Continue watching educational videos then. You're not gonna get your After Dark. Hint, I guess. In the dark. But you I don't think you have been in the dark. I think you would be scared.
Break the fucking internet.
It is a crazy idea, isn't it? You click the light switch, and then all you see are hate comments, and then people realize, oh, you clicked the light switch, now I can interact with you live, so there's messages popping in and asking you questions or something bullshit like that, and they start watching your content and flooding more hate comments. Just one light switch. And you don't need to make content, MrBeast, for the darkness. We just add it as a feature. And, well, you get certain... all the videos change, basically. Everything becomes educational. You just can't escape. No more entertainment for you. And even, clicking away the light switch is gonna be scary. Alright? Maybe not a jump scare, but, it's just gonna be unusual to try and unclick. Anyways, in the same podcast, MrBeast praised Joe Rogan for being popular with the old folk, I guess. I don't care, to be honest. But I will... The problem with Joe Rogan is that he doesn't actually exist on YouTube. Spotify? I don't know, man. Go away, bro, if you don't exist on YouTube. What is wrong with you? But technically I can watch clips, so it's fine. what I can't do is let people bash my counsel. MrBeast is purple, as you can tell. So, you can't attack him without going through me, alright? And you're probably just gonna get cancelled and removed from YouTube. You can't use YouTube anymore, and then your internet bill is gonna go up tenfold, because you have to pay for all these people who actually using internet for good uses and not for being angry and upset, alright? So, think about that before you try and fight me, alright, instead of MrBeast, which is what you should be doing, but, you know, just in case, just a message to the haters in case there's some of them somewhere, in the corner somewhere. A punchable face you have, I see. 8 squared, let's go, boy! We got him. 80 squared, actually. That is hilarious. Let's go, baby. That's what I hit.
Because it was a
The actual sad part is that I have to do extreme education, like push myself to an extreme. I understand that's important, but like, this is what it takes for me right now to actually climb YouTube, and it's still slow and disturbingly annoying, and I still receive only hate comments. So it's like, leave this place, you little shit. You belong in TikTok. Is that what you want to say? It's the worst insult I could receive, to be honest. I don't want to use TikTok. TikTok is for losers, man. Actually, like, using it is for losers. Please. Please let me in, guys. I worked so hard, and being rejected like this, like, oh my god. Is this again happening? So, girls reject me, jobs reject me, and now fucking reality rejects me? My passion rejects me? That's fucking awesome. But I'm kind of growing steadily, so I'm not complaining. Like, this is the greatest growth I've ever received in history of making YouTube videos right now. 75% growth. Like, this is the slopiest slope I don't know how you climb that shit. Alright? This is some, maybe I use this as like a leverage, right? This should be in, one of those, I forgot the name. Hill climb racing. The application where you climb hills. You would find this and you just lose your mind at this point. Maybe because there's this little thing I gave to people, dipped my content, took a break. They could still climb this hill, but you don't know how big it's gonna be. You don't know that. We're not done yet. You only see the first incline. What if I grow 50%? 50% would just kind of maintain the steady slope, I imagine. I'm not exactly sure. But, like, this is crazy shit, man.
hey, I mean,
In a way, I kind of understand the part of, like, being hard to get on the platform, because it's like, you're an educated person. You can always cheat your way through, right? It's like, well, just give up and start cheating, and you're gonna become popular then. And then you can start educating people. But it's like, dude, I'm old. I'm already old, man. I was cheated. I don't want to cheat on people, man. That's so stupid. Alright, I'm a different generation of people. Even, like, to MrBeast, like, MrBeast barely... It's like, the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the generation, like, 24 years old or something. Barely acceptable because he has so many subscribbles and a good mindset and all that stuff. But, like, seriously, dude. Well, technically, bottom of the barrel is being 18, 19. But then, that is so questionable. I can't even imagine, dude. because generation is supposed to be like 15 years, in my point of view. But never mind that. Yeah, it's like, I have a reason why I'm allowed to do education and expect a lot of views, and I don't want to cheat. I want to do it naturally, too. Obviously, there's plenty of growth that I have to do myself, but, like, for nobody to be interested whatsoever, it's kind of a disappointment. But it's more of a disappointment in humanity, not myself. I just have to survive for long enough and people will recognize their own downfall, you know. There's plenty of ways we can improve life, but, like, people's awareness is, like, in a dumpster right now. Life is pretty difficult. There's a lot of difficult problems that need to be solved, and being an influencer is not one of those problems. Unless you're being an influencer educator. It's a different kind of thing. We don't even have a word for it, necessarily. You cannot say teacher or mentor. That's lame. We don't even have a word for it, guys. I call myself a gold miner. So I give you guys the gold, you can refine it. It's pretty difficult and it's pretty accurate to call myself a gold miner. I know it's already taken, but I'm taking it. Alright? I'm taking that shit. And I'm selling gold to people. And they better give me something cool in return. I don't need you to click a subscription button at that point, or send me money, because you probably don't know how to do that properly. But just, stick around and do the same thing, and be patient until people are like, oh, you can buy gold. No shit, Sherlock. Anyways, we're coming to a close, but, because I don't know where to go from here. Wait, Laura needs to level up too. Alright, tell me. Do we go somewhere from here? Because MrBeast is, narcissist, and she likes that. It sucks, like, MrBeast doesn't even have music. He just watches anime. What a noob! What a weeb! And he's still the most popular, dude. Well, you know what? Weird things would happen if, all these powerful, girls would actually come crashing down to YouTube. They would beat up, man, MrBeast like it's candy, dude. Wait, candy's... It's a teddy bear, alright? Fucking beat him up. I think girls can beat up a teddy bear, right? It's probably hard for them, too. I give up, then. I just give up. Actually, I'll do a bonus. So if my video is below 2 hours, clearly, I have to do the thumbnail before I release the video. So there's like extra time to juice in something of an insight. Yeah, I respect anyone who cares about education. Especially when girls are like, oh, I heard this song and it's like it reminded me of my toxic relationship that I try to forget. It was a horrible time, and I will cry now to sleep. Because I forgot everything, and now it came back. And it's the opposite of nostalgia when an evil creature comes back. Yeah, dude. That's why people are scared of education. It's just that simple. A lot of demons come back to say hello. It's like, now you have to take care of me because you know how to do that, right? You have to unentangle yourself from insanity. Even I cannot beat everything, dude. You have to beat your own shit. And there's a lot of bullshit to beat. Alright, let me do the thumbnail now. That is a pretty insightful thing, right? So, this is a weird one, right? Like, you hating because you can't cure blindness yet, and it would trigger a lot of people, but it's a narcissist saying that. You must understand what this means. And this is just an observation. Science, guys. Blue. Pooping on Twitter, dude. I'll give him some hater stuff. This is me. Alright. Maybe I'll claim the whole thing. The whole land. Anyways. So yes, people don't have the ability to cure blindness anyways. And they can't really pay doctors to do it either. But you can do all sorts of, chores for other people that are actually useful and help them out and eradicate a lot of problems in people's lives. That's what curing blindness is all about. Alright. Technically, I could put this in all of a sudden. Honestly, this feels fucking legendary because, again, I'm talking about the meme. The ultimate meme of... Actually, there's a better way to do it. If I'm quoting something, if something is a meme, it's purple. And we got everything. The Lord of Elements, boys. Here it is. Fascinating. Yeah, I mean, you can mimic MrBeast to some extent and flex on how many subscribers you have. You don't have to be on top of the world, obviously, because he's the leader. Like, you cannot outpace the leader most of the time. But a lot of people are just pooping on Twitter instead of actually uploading YouTube videos. They literally don't exist on YouTube, and that's the most shameful thing. This is really, really good. Alright? This is honestly really good. I don't want to mess things up, because MrBeast loves education. So I'll just leave it as educational. This is maximum level in terms of education. It's just not a good thumbnail otherwise. I can push MrBeast slightly to the lefter, so we see his fingers. Easy, man. I love this. This is perfect. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. You survived. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Next time, though. Is there going to be a next date? I still don't have a relationship. And I will be gay for my first relationship if I have to. Or the only... You get the idea. If I'm desperate, I'm gay as well. I'm also into animals. So you can throw your cat in here and I'll have a relationship for as long as it lasts. I don't know. Yeah, awkward silence. Bye.